Here at the FayWhat Show, we bring you interesting people and interesting interviews from amazing people, like this interview with the world's most famous gay porn director and amazing DJ, Larue. Folks, I am like ridiculously excited about my next guest, all right? It's Larue. Shh, don't tell anybody, all right? So Larry David Paciotti is an American director of pornographic films. He appears as a drag diva persona, Larue, and has been credited as director under the names Lawrence David and Taylor Hudson. He's also an incredible DJ and so much more. So since I first heard of Shishi's life, I found it so freaking interesting, okay? I can't think of another porn director or producer who wrapped their long and successful career around a drag face. I remember living in Hollywood, California, and going into Larue's in WeHo, okay? And being like, who the fuck came up with this shit, right? Well, Shishi did. And they are here with us today. Shishi, welcome to the FayWhat Show!
How are you?
I am good, baby. I am good.
I'm so glad.
I'm so sorry that I've been saying Chi-Chi for all this time.
You know what? You're not alone.
I'm not the only one.
No. I always say I'm not a Mexican restaurant. But, you know, Chi-Chi means boobs in somewhere.
Okay. Oh, is that where it came from? You were taking... See, I really do believe that all gay men love titties. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to...
All men
Are they talking to you?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
They're boobalicious.
Okay, so that's where it came from?
Yeah. Well, no, she came from it's a weird story. So when I was younger,
I'm not surprised that it's gonna be a weird story.
I lived in Hibbing, Minnesota.
On purpose?
On purpose.
Okay.
And that's where I was born, raised, went to high school, all the things. Got out of there as soon as I could. But I had a friend named Michael who my mother had these boxes that she would carry groceries and stuff to the lake, and I called it her lake box. They were her lake boxes. Mm-hmm. And my friend Michael would tease me about the lake boxes because he would take a bunch of stuff of mine home in the lake box. I'm like, I need my mother's lake box back. And so he would start calling me Lake Box Larry. And then
and you're like, no.
Right. And then oh, Shishi. So then he started saying Shishi box. Shishi box. And then when I did this little drag ensemble in Minnesota at First Avenue where they did Purple Rain, mm-hmm. A bunch of us guys
I love Prince.
Yes. Girl.
I love Prince.
Do you know that I'm a huge I was in Purple Rain.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
No, you were not.
Yes, I was.
Stop this interview right now. We will go on with what you need to know in a second, okay? He was in a Prince video?
Movie.
When? In the Purple Rain movie?
Yes.
What, were you the bike that he rode off?
1983. No, 1983. And I'm
going to go look for you in it now. Okay,
well,
where were you?
It's going to be hard to find me because I sat right in front of Apollonia when they sang Sex Shooter.
Okay.
And which was amazing. I've got so many stories about Purple Rain. It wasn't even supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be a talent show that the girls entered and they did Sex Shooter and they won the contest.
Okay.
Well, the story goes that my line got cut out because Prince, when he saw the rough cut, and God bless him, he's Prince, he watched the movie and realized that Morris Day was kind of stealing the show.
Like the winner of that scene.
Yeah, stealing the show, stealing the whole movie, basically. And he said, I need to be in it more. We need to go back in and re-edit it. So my thing ended up on the floor.
Shit.
So yeah, it's okay. You know what? I got to experience many days of being on the set of Purple Rain. I was there when he performed I Would Die For You, Darling Nikki.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, because like now we look at Purple Rain and it's like, wow, like what a dark, morbid ass movie, right? We saw it 50,000 times in the gay world, right? Because we love us some Prince.
Yeah.
But like we see it now and it's like, first of all, Prince was awful. Prince was awful in it. Like, he was really bad. So the fact that he had to go in and make other scenes to make it, because Morris Day was spectacular.
Yeah, Morris Day was the showman, was the
showman.
Yes.
No, it was.
Yes.
It was the entertainment.
I mean, Prince is very, and we used to go eat at this place called Rudolph's Barbecue in Minneapolis, where after, a late night of First Avenue, and we would go there, and Prince and The Time and, people like that, all of them would come to Rudolph's barbecue. And one night, it's another Prince story. I'm sorry. One night, we were all at First Avenue. My friend Carolyn and I. She was this tall model, beautiful, like really tall. And Prince was obsessed with her because she was so tall.
Mm-hmm. And Prince is so short.
So short.
And you're so tall. Like I'm 5'11". You're 6'3"? 6'2"?
6'1".
Okay. But
and Carolyn was 6'3".
Okay. Because I've stood next to Prince. And Prince was like more than a whole
did he love you?
Foot, you know.
Oh, girl, did he
was
love
just
you?
like, hello.
Well, yeah, you're totally his type.
Oh, yeah.
So he came to the club that night in a blue polka dot suit. It was a navy blue suit with white polka dots all over it. He wore a Northwest Airlines necktie, and he sprayed his hair orange. And he came into the club without Chick, without the bodyguards, without the entourage. Because he would come there with Sheila E., he would come there with Vanity, he would come there with, Apollonia. He would come there with a group of people. And that's how I got to know some of those people, which was some of the best times in my life. And he came to Rudolph's after and came over and said, "Can I sit with you guys, with me and Carolyn?" And I was just like, okay.
Which in your mind said, yes, of course, please sit down.
Yes, but he really enjoyed us. I don't know why, but he really enjoyed us.
Were you in drag?
No.
You were just Larry.
I was just Larry.
Okay.
And
which is not just Larry, but
right. Mm-hmm. Just Larry. But it's we talked about a lot of stuff, but I was so mesmerized, and Carolyn was so vivacious that she could say anything. But his main question to Carolyn was, "Can I ask you a personal question?" And she was like, "Sure." And she actually, I think she said, "What? How tall am I?" And he was like, "Yeah, how tall are you?" And he was obsessed with her.
Oh, wow.
He wanted to, at one point, she dated one of the members of the time, and he wanted to do a little group with her called the Amazons. And she just kind of
was like not into it.
Because she saw what happened to the girl groups and the people that he would
try to help. Yes. Yeah. Aside from Sheila E., it was very hard for people to bust through.
Absolutely. I mean, he had so many proteges.
Yeah.
And
none of them really panned out.
No. I mean, Vanity, Nasty Girl was, and Apollonia was lucky to have Sex Shooter and be in the movie. So that's why that kind of panned out.
And Sheila E. had her percussionist and a lot of stuff like that.
Was but I mean, fabulous.
She still is fabulous.
Yes. Is she a regular on the Kelly Clarkson show now?
I think so.
Okay, well she's fabulous. She's still gorgeous.
Was that during the time that did you do drugs with Prince?
No. He didn't do drugs.
Okay.
He didn't do drugs.
Okay.
Until
he got hurt. Until the back stuff started hurting him because of the dancing.
Yeah.
So okay, you DJ, drag, you produce a million films. How many films have you produced now?
Oh, a lot.
A lot, right?
Yeah.
You're not even counting anymore, right? What don't you do? Shit. You know what I saw the other day?
I don't do death drops.
Not anymore, bitch. Not anymore because you're 60-something. You can't get up.
64, bitch, yeah.
You know what I saw the other day? The video of Don't Be Jealous of My Boogie.
Don't be jealous of my boogie.
Don't be jealous of my boogie. But that was your RuPaul, and you were in that.
Well, I was in it. She asked me. She directed it, and he directed it, and I hate pronouns. And he had me be the character in it, and it was about me hating RuPaul and being jealous of RuPaul and ripping up pictures of RuPaul and putting cigarettes out.
Is that true?
No, RuPaul and I are very good friends.
Okay, that was gonna be my next question. You're friends with him?
Yes. We've known each other for, another story. I did in West Hollywood at this club called Mickey's, which is now it was called 4-Star. It's now called Mickey's. And they did a contest every Wednesday night called Drag Race.
Before Drag Race.
Yes.
Bitch.
And it was local drag queens coming up and competing for $100. And one night, RuPaul came in 35 years ago or 40 years ago and got up and entered the contest and sang Star Booty, and won the contest. But this was way before Drag Race or way before Supermodel or any of those things. And yeah, that's where we met.
So are you saying that like he stole the name Drag Race from Mickey's?
I'm not saying he stole
that's what I'm
the
feeling
name.
about that.
No, I'm not saying he stole the name. But it's a really good name, though.
It is a fucking great name.
Yeah.
So a month ago was your birthday, right?
Yes.
Happy
November
birthday,
8th. Thank
November
you.
8th. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How does an icon like you celebrate your birthday? I mean, like, let's talk about, okay, like for example, my really good friend and friend of the network and anchor here, Mr. Al Ferguson,
Yes.
was telling me about how you had a blowout birthday party years ago where you had to share your birthday with the
Miss
one, the
Visage.
only Miss Michelle Visage.
Yes, well, we were on a ship in the middle of an ocean.
Okay.
And we both had a birthday at the same time, so we celebrated our birthdays. And God, that was so fun. That
Was it?
Yes. Michelle
We've got some pictures that we're going to add to it. And like, I just saw your face that just light up when I showed you the picture.
Yeah, Michelle is one of the most fabulous people I've ever met. She's so kind, giving, caring, loving. I mean, RuPaul and her have been together for a long time. Michelle has been RuPaul's sidekick on radio, on the RuPaul show on VH1. Now with this, I mean, RuPaul's very smart. She keeps good people around her.
Yeah, it's very true. And Michelle Visage, there's something about her. Like, I've never had the privilege of having a conversation with her, but for whatever reason, she touches your soul through the screen.
You guys would love each other.
Right? So I can't imagine how it is in person. And the stories that Al Ferguson has told me and the stories that you've told me, and they coincide so perfectly as to how she truly is.
Yeah,
you know?
she's great. She's an amazing soul and a very wonderful person to have in your corner.
And what an ally. Because, like, you know, I thought forever she was a lesbian. I was just praying. I was trying to manifest her into being a lesbian.
Her husband is so fine.
Really?
Oh, my God.
And she's your mom, too, right?
Yes, and her daughters are amazing. I believe that she has a
they gotta be
non-binary daughter.
Yes.
Who's fabulous. And they would go on the ships with us. And on these excursions we would do in Greece and all these different places. It was having her husband around, and, you know, of course, all of us
gay folk
were like all like obsessed with the husband.
Oh, was he hot? Tall, dark, and handsome? Yes, and
amazingly sweet.
And nice, and a great ally also, like Michelle. Shut up.
Yes.
So something else that I had learned from Al was that you're the only drag queen to ever have a set on an MSC cruise. Like, that's never been done ever.
You mean do a movie?
No, do a set, like DJ, like during in the casino.
Yes.
That has never been done. It's not, okay, yes, we're everywhere, folks, right? And yes, we're part of the entertainment crew in most of these cruises, but you never see a drag queen or someone in drag.
No, they usually have their own DJ their programmed
exactly
music.
And they have it programmed already, and they try to keep it very family friendly and very just like this by the book. So to have someone like you, Shishi, you know,
one thing I hated though so much was when they would come up and say, "Can you play the wobble?" And I'm like,
"No, bitch, I can't play the wobble.
I don't know what the fuck the wobble is. What is the wobble?"
Do you know what the wobble is?
I know the wobble is a dance line cruise favorite.
Yeah.
Yes.
You only do it when you're drunk and inebriated on a cruise. You started producing porn in Minnesota.
No, I moved from Minnesota to LA to
start producing.
Yeah.
So you didn't do any porn back. Zach Spears, that's not anyone.
Well, I
over
discovered him in Minnesota.
And okay. See, bitch, I know my stuff. Sort of. Okay. So I'm just bringing folks from the past. I'm so sorry.
I discovered him at a bar called the Gay 90s in Minneapolis, and he was this tall, and he talked like the werewolf, like werewolf, like.
Did he talk like that during sex?
Yes.
Ooh, I like
and he was covered in hair, and he was just, you're not stereotypical at the time porn person. All the porn guys were shaved within an inch of their life. They were smooth, you know, no hair on the butt, no hair on the chest, no hair.
Tanned perfectly, yeah.
Yes. But when I brought Zach Spears into the business, one of the first movies I did with him was for Falcon, and they said, he has to shave his body.
They said that?
Yes, and I was like, he's not going to do that. And then
they wanted you to refilm the whole thing? And like,
no. When I brought him in, they were like, he was going to have to shave his body before he does the movie.
Got it.
And Chuck Holmes, God rest his soul, said, we're not shaving that boy's fine hair off his body. He looks amazing. And that was kind of the introduction to hair coming back into the fall. I mean, there was other hairy guys, but they were never in like what you consider the mainstream porn. I mean, Joe Gage and directors like that always had those kind of guys, which I preferred. I was like, I love Joe Gage movies to this day. And, so I was able to break some stereotypes of the porn industry by bringing in hairy guys and the kind of guys that I like.
That you like. I love that. But you see bears out there? Shishi was thinking about you guys.
I love bears.
Shishi was thinking about you guys. You see?
Okay. I was like a big, chubby, hairy bear boyfriend. Just putting it out there.
That's what you're looking for. Okay? Just saying. All right? Make sure that you reach out. We'll find you somebody.
Yeah.
So you're from Minnesota.
I am.
It's freaking cold there, Bobby. Like cold.
Well, now it snowed the other day. And actually, I looked at the weather, and it's going to be in the 40s.
Oh, so that's warm for you, right? Or some shit?
Well, it's nice, because then there's no snow.
Ugh. So
I know.
I can't. I'm too old for that shit. I'm too old for that now. You know, I'm from Jersey. Like, so I had to do the front of the house whenever it snowed. I can't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, it's terrible.
You went back there to get sober a couple of years ago.
Well, I actually went back there to get sober like
2015, 2016?
Yeah. And I went to Hazleton, and then I decided to stay in Minnesota. And, Hazleton was great. It was going to, it was very Rosh Hashanah.
No, that really is like
there was movie stars there. There was film directors. There was, rock stars. There was
people with clout. Yeah.
Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes that doesn't always transition into staying sober for someone like me.
Okay.
So, and wherever I go, the gay people know who I am, which is okay. I've built this reputation and this persona.
But you can't run away from you.
No, cannot. And they always want to talk about porn.
They always want to talk about porn.
And so I went to rehab a second time recently to the Pride Institute in Minnesota. If you're looking for a place to go and you're gay or trans or non-binary, or check out Pride, because it was really a good experience. And it was like just being nestled in this ball of sweet people that were damaged in other ways. Mm-hmm. But then again, they all knew who I was.
They all knew who you were.
Yeah, and they wanted to talk about porn. And these, little cute little boys that were transitioning into being a woman, they were like, I want to do trans porn. And it's like, okay, can we not talk about this right now?
I'm trying to fucking get sober.
Yeah, we're now going to our next meeting.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about trans porn right now.
I'm so sorry that happens.
That's okay.
See, you know what? It comes with the territory.
It comes with the territory, absolutely.
This is like the sobriety capital of the U.S. right here, from Key West up to West Palm. Delray, especially, like there's so many sober places, whatever. But again, you couldn't escape yourself.
I did actually kind of get sober here to start with, because I fucked up really bad being drunk on a set. And the next day I just started going to meetings and hanging out with the sober people here in the gay center, the gay and lesbian center. Yes.
At Lambda.
Yes.
Yes.
So,
yeah, they have great meetings.
Yeah. So I would go to Starbucks every morning and meet the sober people, and we'd go over there and go to the meetings. I would go to meetings at night here. So it's a great sober community here.
How do you feel right now?
I feel great.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm tired because I've been DJing the last 3 days. I'm an old
but these are the things that you get to do as an old bitch sober. You understand?
Yes, absolutely.
Look, Shishi, another reason why it was so important for me to get you in bed with me. Tomorrow I have 9 years of sobriety. 9 motherfucking years. Like just to say those words are just ridiculous. I had too many friends die. Yeah. And I'm still having friends die. Yeah. I just had a friend overdose on Xanax and vodka a couple of weeks ago. And it fucking happens all the time in our community.
Was there fentanyl in the Xanax?
There's always fentanyl.
Right.
There's always fentanyl.
Right.
Yeah. There's so much, but then and I think about AA and I think about LGBTQ+, right? Yeah. But also in gay porn, death, overdosing, suicide has been so prevalent lately. Like just me doing my research on you, I was like, dead. Holy shit. Was Did that come into play when you wanted to get sober?
Oh, well, I was always like the anti-drug, anti-drink, drug-using drinker. I,
Say that 3 times, okay?
I never drank during the day. When people would have a glass of wine at lunch, I would go, ew. But then I find myself later on like drinking 8 bottles of wine a day.
Yeah.
So and but I just recently, and God rest his soul, one of my best friends, Michael, aka Shantae, aka the Boov, just passed away. And he didn't pass away from drug because he's been sober for like 12 years. I think his heart just
stopped. Just gave out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was sober for, like I said, 12 years. And Sister Roma of the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence, we were kind of like the 3 Musketeers. And, they lived in San Francisco, so they were really tight. And I know that it really rocked Roma's world when he passed away, and Roma's had to like now be the fabulous person that she is, and go to his apartment and go through all of his bins and boxes and things that
what a heartbreaking chore also.
Yeah,
because you're gonna come up with great things, but you're also gonna be missing your friend.
Absolutely. What would you rather have, these things or the friend? I would rather have the friend, but so Michael was a huge fan and a huge ally to the porn community. He was friends with all the stars. He discovered stars. He was a talent agent for stars. He knew the business inside and out. That's how we met, was in Arizona. He was doing a thing in Arizona. He worked at Castle Books in Arizona, and he brought me in along with like 4 porn stars, and we went there and did a big party. And he loved the porn industry. That's how we met, was at the big convention in Las Vegas, and we've been friends ever since. I'll never forget, he was so quirky. He would dress in those big mukluk boots, like Eskimo boots. And,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, he was
something else.
Yeah, and so weird.
No, and it sucks. And sometimes our body, and everything has an expiration, like milk. Sometimes your body and your heart has just had enough. Just because we stop drinking and drugging doesn't mean that we didn't already do the damage.
Yeah.
I know plenty of people, like I tell people at AA all the time, like, watch out, you'll get cancer next. I got cancer,
and that's so scary.
So many people I know in the program have also gotten cancer. And that right there can trigger you to go back out and start drinking and drugging again, which helps nothing for your health.
Absolutely. No, it does no good if you're going. I mean, a lot of people were afraid that because of Michael's death, that I was going to go out and start drinking.
No.
Nothing good comes from me drinking.
And he'd still be dead.
Yes.
No?
And then I might be too.
And you might be too. Let me talk more about Minnesota. So I read somewhere that you, how do you sell Minnesota to people? Okay, because I read somewhere that you've gotten people to fucking move there.
I have.
Even like a friend of yours that's now a chef. And and when I tell people Miami, I go, look, aside from our governor and all that shit, we've got beautiful people, we've got beautiful beaches, we've got great weather, we've got amazing events.
Yes,
how the hell do you sell Minnesota?
Well, Minnesota is, some people thrive on change of season. And I love change of season. Fall is my favorite.
Oh, me too. Fall in New York City. I miss that so much.
Oh, my favorite.
I miss that. Walking through Central Park with the different colors.
And when Christmas decorations start going up. Okay, yeah. I love New York.
Sorry,
so
I digress.
But okay. But it's got beautiful lakes. It's got it's lush and beautiful if you can handle the months of winter.
Got it. So I had, because I told you today that I had been talking to so many of my gay boys about, what do you know about Shishi? What do you know about Shishi? So some of my local gay boys wanted me to mention Townhouse. And that every single time that you would perform, your last number would be It's Raining Men.
Yes.
Is that true?
That's where I got my start doing drag.
Was it Townhouse?
Well, First Avenue is where I got my start. We entered a contest called, was it The Great Pretenders? The Great Pretenders, and we...
You remember a lot.
Yeah, I don't.
You have to give yourself credit. No, because you do remember a lot.
So 4 of us guys got up and did Hag Drag and won the contest doing It's Raining Men. And so we called ourselves the Weather Gals. And one of them didn't want to continue doing drag. And we kind of let one of them go because he was obnoxious. And then, but I love him to this day. Suck. So we hired another one, which became my best friend, Kevin, who went by Rose. And so there was Rose, and there was June, and there was Shishi. And we did It's Raining Men. I mean, we got asked to come back to First Avenue to, do New Year's Eve.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, as the Weather Gals doing It's Raining Men, and that's where I met Prince, and I had a lot of good fortune and blessings my way because of a lot of things, a lot of certain things. But the Townhouse was where we would do regular shows, and then I kind of became the show director at the Townhouse. It was booking shows and stuff. So, there was a lot of drag queens. Drag queens really can spawn a lot of jealousy.
Cattiness.
Yes. And to this day, I mean, it's, we got to love each other, and we've got to protect each other, and we've got to embrace each other before the world outside, which wants to, spit roast us. We need to protect each other.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And I'm saying that from a bed in Florida.
Right? Yes, you are. Do people ask you all the time how many actors in your films that you've produced have you fucked them? Do people ask you something like that?
None.
But you haven't?
No.
Like not even like after you guys filmed years later, you ran into each other at Puerto Vallarta, you looked at each other, crossed eyes and said, I know you. And then he said, I know you.
And I've actually recently been accused of trying to do something to someone, and which was not true. And it kind of
Is that the Papi Suave crap that I read about? Wasn't he your friend?
Yeah.
Because that's what I read was that he was a friend of yours for a couple of years, and then he came out of nowhere, blindsided you, and accused you of some inappropriate shit.
Well, he was living in Philly, and I found him on the internet, and a lot of people wanted to use him, and we became friendly, on Twitter. And then I said, do you want to come out and do movies? And he came out, and I put him in every movie that I did at that time. And when I wasn't using him in a movie, I had him as the production assistant.
Wow.
And I did have a crush on him.
He's gorgeous.
Yes, and he was sweet. And he was nurturing and so amazing. And, and alcohol, alcohol was the root of me having him come back to where I was. And I made advances to kiss him, but he said a lot more than that. And, he said that I picked him up and threw him on the bed. Honey, when I'm drunk, I can't pick up anybody. I can't pick up my bra from the night before. So anyway, I don't want, it's hard for me to talk about that because there's a lot of bad stuff.
Of course. And it happened in 2020, like in the middle of pandemic, something like this, a friend is going to accuse you of some inappropriate behavior. That's got to be so weird, especially in the porn industry. Did that stop you from making friends after? Like,
no.
Are you like hesitant?
No, because they're I consider them kind of like my family, my kids. It's like I take care of all of them. I've been known as the mother of porn, like the undisputed porn mother.
The matriarch of porn.
Yes, I take them all under my wing and I protect them all. They're very, very important to me. There's some real asshole shitbags that do porn that I don't associate with, but you know who you are.
You know who you are.
And I love the guys. I love the industry. The industry is my safe place. And I'm not working very much right now at all because of Papi Suave and because of a lot of things. And I'm 64. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm an old bitch, but I do make really good movies. I make really good, dirty, sexy, fun movies. I mean,
do you make better movies drunk or sober?
Oh, sober.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No, because look, when I was drinking, I really thought I was better, right? I thought I was funnier. I thought I could present things better. Like,
well, I used to think
you
that I
know?
could do everything better drunk, do drag shows, DJ, direct porn. But you know, when you're shitting yourself behind the DJ
Yeah.
booth
Yeah.
because you've drank so much wine for the last 5 days,
Exactly.
it's not pretty.
It's not pretty.
It's not cute.
What do you think about OnlyFans?
I don't like it. It's
I mean, I bought 5 subscriptions during Black Friday. I'm not gonna lie.
You did?
Well, I mean, they were half off.
Okay, who?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
I'll tell you later because I got some friends that'll be pissed off by theirs.
All right,
so
I've never bought an OnlyFans.
Okay. Not interested. Do you?
No,
have
I like Just for Fans better because it's owned by a porn person,
a reputable porn person?
Yes, and Dominic Ford, you know, is an ally to the industry. He's also does movies. He's, you know, and OnlyFans is, you know, it's capitalizing on and it's hurting the industry by, you know, taking a lot of people away from that they can do their own thing. Listen, God, I'm not saying don't do it because some guys are making
bank
$40,000
bank
to $50,000 a month.
Yeah.
So God bless you. You know, if I was in shape and had a big dick, I'd probably be doing it too.
Listen, I know a girl who gets paid like about 10 G's a month for eating burgers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And she's got ugly feet. And that's it. She just shows her feet and eats burgers. We're in the wrong fucking gigs, man. Like, what are we doing wrong there?
No, I mean, there's a lot of fetishes out there. I know.
But do any of the boys in your films also do OnlyFans? You don't care. You don't care if they do or they don't, right? Because that also helps you a little.
How can I care? It's their life. They have to do them. Yeah. You know, it's just the ones that get out of the business and are making, you know, $40,000 a month. Do they want to come and work for $1,500, $1,000 a scene?
They don't.
You know, some do.
They don't.
Because actually the promotion of the movies
helps their
OnlyFans
also. What is the award that they give out? Is it AVN? No.
There's AVN. There's GayVN.
There's GayVN also because I know that you've gotten a few, and also our friend Howard Andrew from Fat Scout, who I love. Yeah. I love you, my friend.
Howie Bagawi.
He got he received one, I think it was last year or the year before, and he was so happy about that.
Well, there's also the Grabbies, which also that's in Chicago. I host that.
Yes. Oh, do you?
This year is the 25th anniversary. I've been doing it for 20.
Shut the hell up.
Years.
So I have a gay boy in bed with me on some Monday mornings. His name is Alex Tikas. He is
I love
Greek.
Alex.
You know Alex?
Honey, that's my type.
Listen, I was going to tell you. I was about to tell you. And he's kind of your type because he's hairy, he's Greek, he's gorgeous, he's well endowed.
And he's a fabulous person.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
Like, he's so sweet.
Yeah.
He's so wonderful.
I've worked with Alex a lot. I did a 10-priest gangbang blow bang movie here with guys, 10 priests and an altar boy.
I love that. I love that.
And yeah,
I love that. You get to spend some time here in South Florida, and you've got friends and family down here that love you. Any thoughts on the crap that we're going through with DeSantis being our governor and him freaking just targeting us?
Say DeSantis. I've got that T-shirt. I should have worn it. But you know, don't say gay. Don't say DeSantis. Is my, you know, Wicked Apparel made these T-shirts and sent me one, and it was like, you know, if you want some really fabulous, cool T-shirts, Wicked Apparel. I don't even know what they're. Yeah. Anyway,
look it up.
So they made this T-shirt, "Don't Say DeSantis," and I'm like, I gotta have one of those. So Ronnie, little Ronnie. Little Ronnie in your high heels. You know, I mean, I always say that Ron's got little man syndrome, and you know, he wants to be the big man. He's like, you up there, you better be nice to me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, because I'm in control and I'm gonna get rid of that mouse. So I mean, it's just kind of like, I look at people like our new Speaker of the House and Donald Trump and all the different people that are so want to focus on things like gay and trans and you know, issues like that because they can really attack it. They can't attack the real issues that are hurting us all.
It's like the lowest hanging fruit.
Yes. And people will jump on that stuff. They love a scandalous story. I mean, do you want to hear about Hamas and Israel fighting, or do you want to hear about, drag queens being arrested in Texas?
Because they're grooming children. Yeah.
No, every day I go on Twitter and I look on, even though I can't stand the owner of Twitter or X or whatever it's called, Mr. Muskie. Bet he smells musky.
He probably does.
Yeah, I'm sure. When you go through the feed and you're seeing all these priests, school leaders, scoutmasters, all these people that are supposed to be taking care of your kids, they're all being arrested and sent to prison for raping children and babies and pedophilia. I have this thing in my role that says not a drag queen, and every time I see one of those, I retweet it and then I put not a drag queen. You're so afraid of your kids being read Cinderella by a Cinderella that you don't realize that your scoutmaster or your youth pastor or that's what you need to be looking out for.
You're so worried about drag queens, but you're not worried about the fact that you'll be able to carry a gun without a permit and no one will check your background and see if you have any mental health issues or anything like that. And then we can have things like Pulse happen all over again everywhere.
It has happened.
Yeah.
All over again. It happens way too frequently, and people need to realize that we don't need AK-47s or AK-15s or whatever they're called.
No.
We don't need those. No. That's like, and you don't use those to deer hunt either, because you would cut a deer in half.
You would mess up the deer, and that's not exactly.
Cut the deer in half.
And that's what they say. It's like, no, that's what we use for hunting. Bullshit.
No.
Bullshit. You lost someone at Pulse. You knew Eddie Sotomayor.
Yes.
Top Hat Eddie, correct? Right? And that was also Al Ferguson's good friend. Every year for the memorial, for the anniversary, we do a lot of segments on it. We have moments of silence. We still remember all those that were lost at Pulse in Orlando.
Yes.
I'm getting chills right now because we still don't have a memorial or anything like that. Was there anything learned from that? No.
Tell your friends that you love them. Eddie was, I remember that I think I was in Texas or I was somewhere, and the news came on, and then the calls and things about that Eddie was one of the people that was shot, and he was dating this wonderful man, I can't remember his name, who now lives in New Orleans, but he had just left the club with the owner, and he worked there, I think. I'm not sure, but Eddie was there, and unfortunately was part of the carnage. And that's okay. That was a man that was dealing with his own sexuality and couldn't deal with it, and went to this club that he had been to before, and to wipe away his own shame. This is just kind of what I'm speculating, is that he went in there and tried to gun down his shame.
Yeah.
Which is terrible that someone goes through that and has to resort to something like that. It's terrible, sad.
Sad. And Eddie will always be remembered.
Yes. Oh, he was so fun.
Was he?
So cute.
What's up?
So fun.
Tell me a fun memory of Eddie.
Oh my gosh. Well, he was on the cruises with us, and I just remember we went into a small town, and I took a picture of him with a kitten. Okay. And he was just like holding this kitten, and he was just such an amazing person. And of course, being the perv that I am, I always thought he was so cute. And I always said, "Oh, you should be in a movie for me." But I used to say that to everybody. But he just was wonderful. He loved drag. He loved us girls, the RuPaul girls, and the surrounding drag queens. And he just really was an ally and a friend to this community, to the gay community, and to the drag and trans community.
Wow. You know, you've got such great stories, Shishi. I just read a memoir on this gay escort, this British gay escort who had been escorting for like 20 years, and he just wanted to help future escorts not do the same shit that he did, you know?
Are you talking about the one that got sued?
Yeah. So
And he lost.
Yeah.
That's a whole
other thing.
Other can of worms.
But no. But would you think about writing a book?
I have written a book.
Oh, have you? I didn't know that.
I wrote a book called Sex Becomes Her. Sex, Guys, and Videotape.
Ooh, I love that.
It was from a long time ago. I need to write another one.
Yes, but you need like a memoir, like with pictures and shit like that. Because
that actually is. You should listen. I think you can get it on Amazon for 50 cents. So, but it's a good book. It's a good book, and it's an easy read, and it's funny and it's fun. Tells my stories of doing cocaine in a bathroom with Debbie Harry, and
I'm gonna go look for that book. I can't believe I didn't see it pop up.
Something scandalous that I did with John Wayne Bobbitt because I wanted to see that dick after it had been cut off.
And was it weird?
Yeah, it was weird. It was like a.
Ew.
It had like
because it had that big line from it being.
Well, it was cut off in the middle. It was kind of like it had ridges, but I met him.
It looked like a map on the dick.
I met him in France. Yeah.
Was he nice?
Weird. He
seems weird.
Kind of slow.
He seemed that way.
Yeah.
He seemed that way. I'm a dog person. I'm a cat person.
Yeah,
I love pets. And I know that you have Goblin, your kitty.
I have Goblin. I call him Goobs.
Goobs.
I call him
Black cat, baby. Black cat.
Well, he's not black. He's more he's like what's your stereotypical cat with that have the eyes right here?
The orange ones?
No, he's gray. He kind of looks like God, what is the breed? But he kind of looks like his father may have been like a Bengal.
Oh wow!
Because he's got the markings of a Bengal.
Love it.
Yeah, and they found his mom, Reef was the mom, and found her on the street with 3 kittens, and they named them all after sharks. It was like Reef, Goblin, Nurse, and Tiger.
Sounds right.
Yeah. So
I thought it was Goblin because of like Halloween. I love it.
No, it was Goblin
because of the shark. I got it. That makes sense.
But
that's a lot more smarter than
Goblin. I call him Goobsy or Gooberini or Kitty. I mean, I don't. It's I love that cat.
Do you talk to the cat?
I do, a lot. I like to pick him up like a baby. And he hates it, but I think he secretly loves it. And he's a really good cat. My friend Andrea, who I adore, she's like my sister from another.
Mister.
Well, we don't know yet. We don't know who that is. No, we like sister from another
galaxy.
Somewhere. Yes. Yes, but we're very much alike. And we've been recently talking because we go to stores and shop for groceries and things, and we're so hilarious together that we were thinking about we should hire a camera crew to follow us around shopping.
I love it.
That would be so funny.
I love it. That would be funny as shit.
Yes. So Andrea is a wonderful soul who has been so great to me, and she has Goblin right now. She has Goblin, but she also has a cat named Belly Bell, who's the cutest. She thinks she thinks she looks like Wilford Brimley. Because he's got this kind of round, flat face. She's so cute. She wouldn't come, and now she's like my best friend.
I love that.
They also have a cat named Chester, who is meows like goes meow. He's like really loud.
Oh wow!
But he's so sweet.
He's so sweet.
He's kind of like. I want to be right here.
Oh my God, I love it.
I
had a kid in high school. His name was Chester. We used to call him Chester the Molester.
Well, that's right. Yeah, we call that the
that's
cat
so
too.
Mean.
I know that was that awful cartoon.
Isn't that
Chester.
Awful.
And she has a dog named Emmett, and I call him Emoot. And he's a spaz case, and he goes in the garbage and pulls. Okay, you can't leave a stick of butter on the counter because you turn around and he eats it.
Oh my God!
Twice now he's eaten a stick of butter. twice.
Wow, that poop is gonna come out real interesting.
Yeah.
Whew.
Well, I never saw it, but
All
know.
good.
Yeah.
Shishi, so we're here in the middle of December.
Yep.
December 11th, I think today is, or something like that. And Christmas is in a couple of weeks. New Year's is in a couple of weeks. What's in store for Shishi for 2024?
Play a Christmas song. Cher.
Her new album is fucking everything.
Yes.
Everything. Did you see her at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade?
Yes, and people were like, oh, she's lip syncing. Well, okay, you know what?
Cares?
Everybody lip syncs.
Everyone.
The Macy's Day Parade. And
everyone, those K-pop boys, they lip synced.
Who cares?
She's Cher.
Yes, we love Cher.
I love Cher.
She can do no wrong.
She can do no wrong. She can fart in a perfume bottle and I'd buy it.
Yeah, Dolly, Cher.
Yep. Stop with the ageism, people. Look, Dolly, Cher, Shishi, all old. Wait, that's not what I meant. But you know what I meant.
No, Dolly's 77 years old and she just...
Did you see that little midriff thing she was wearing?
She was amazing.
Bitch.
Yes.
Bitch.
Amazing.
Bitch.
Yeah.
What is in store for Shishi 2024? I know you're coming back in March to be at one of my favorite places at the Eagle, baby.
I'll be back in March for the Eagle for the, I think it's called, what is it called? The Bear Fest or the
Side piece. Is it the Bear Fest or is it
Bear Weekend?
Yes, Bear Weekend.
Bear Weekend.
I was there last year and it was so fabulous. And going back again. And
Christmas, New Year's, anything fun?
Well, you know, I'm doing a fabulous private Christmas party in Chicago. And I'm really excited about that.
I love Chicago. It's cold though there too.
Well, it's the same as Minnesota.
No, so it's probably warmer than Minnesota.
Well, you know,
you're going to the tropical Chicago.
The lakes don't make it. That big lake doesn't make it very warm.
You learn why it's called the Windy City real quick when you go there.
The Windy City sweeps you clean off your feet. But yeah, so I've got that, and then I'm. You know, I haven't got a New Year's Eve gig yet, but I need one.
I have a feeling.
I may talk to Charles at La Boy and Lit and say, bring me back for New Year's.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Yeah. I love Charles. He's been really good to me. And La Boy, you know, they have the cutest
voice
dancers, but they're so not my type.
Why?
But that's okay. Because
they don't speak English?
No. Oh no, I love that.
I prefer that.
Are you kidding me? No, they're just so young.
Too young for you now, Shishi, because you're 67, too young?
Yeah, they're
What's too young? Because, you know, somebody told me that you can't be a twink past 24 anymore.
Yeah,
is that true?
Yeah. I don't, you know what?
Too young for you.
I've never wanted kids, but listen, those boys are so sweet there, and they're so nice to the patrons, and the patrons love them. And, you know, I look around the bars, I'm DJing, and two of them are swinging on the pole like in unison, and it's pretty
like Cirque du Soleil fucking around
pretty
you.
Impressive. And then I look around the other parts of the bar, and there's, you know, these beautiful young boys massaging these guys, and just, you know, they do a service, and it's nice.
Yeah.
I prefer the men that go to the Eagle. I like big and hairy and somewhat chubby.
Like a 30, 40-year-old hairy boy.
30, 40, 50.
Hairy boy.
Yeah.
Secure with himself, knows that you do what you do as a job,
I don't want a boyfriend. I've never had a boyfriend. I've never wanted a boyfriend.
Okay.
Maybe that stems from my insecurities, but I've never wanted a boyfriend. I mean, you know, when I was drinking and doing lots of coke, I used to go and, you know, suck 20 dicks in a night, but that was the extent of my sex life. But
that's not a bad night, honey.
No, it's not.
That's a really good night.
Yeah,
think about it, you know.
And there's some bar
20. Okay, there's a boy out there going, this Saturday I sucked off 3. Bitch, you ain't do nothing.
Right. There's a bar here that when all the other bars closed, it's kind of the after place. I can't remember what it's called. Howard has taken me
It's
there.
not Ramrod?
No.
Because we love Ramrod.
No,
Side piece knows. She knows all the little
scary,
dark places.
Over the bridge, or like the kind of place that...
Boardwalk.
No.
Not Boardwalk either.
No, it's a place where girls go and women go.
Bathhouse?
Men, no. It's a bar.
Cats.
What is it?
Fat Cats.
You don't know where it is,
Fat Cats. I don't know.
Near downtown.
Howard would know.
Yeah.
But you know, I've done my
fair
service in the toilets.
Your service.
In the stalls.
Service.
This stall is reserved for Shishi Larue.
My God, Shishi, I think that you're such an incredible person. Thank you so much for doing my show. Thank you for saying yes. You know, I mean, I know when a lesbian asks, you know, someone of your caliber, hey, get in bed with me, you're gonna think twice about it.
No,
If I had a penis, maybe you would think only once about it.
You know what?
Do you like hanging out with girls?
I do.
Okay, because I believe that every gay man needs a lesbian, needs a FayWhat. And it's hard because some boys are like, I don't want to hang out with girls. And
I love women because I love to go shopping with them. I can buy them shoes. I can buy them clothes. I can buy them jewelry. I can do all these things. And, you know, I like Andrea is the prime example. I mean, it's like, oh, look at these purple sequin boots. I think you need them. She's a huge Vikings fan. So, you know, so it's like I found my little Barbie doll in Andrea. And I've got my friend Kathy, who I love, we like perfume. I'm a huge perfume whore. I love perfume.
I love perfume. Flower Bomb is my thing. I love it.
Have you?
Narciso Rodriguez is
incredible. He's incredible. Have you smelled the new one, in the pink bottle?
Yes. I just smelled it at Ulta the other day. It's delicious. Is that what you're wearing? Oh my God, that's delicious. Okay, so if Andrea and Kathy fall down some stairs, I'm not hoping that on you, but if it happens, shit happens. It was your time. It was your time. Yeah, throw the pearls. Then you've got me.
Honey, I've got you anyway.
I'll be your Barbie girl.
I've got you anyway.
Oh my God, I love this. Shishi, I love you so much. Please follow Shishi on all their social media. Okay, they're on everything. Facebook,
Twitter,
Horrible X, Instagram, all of that. Also, you can also get his music on Spotify. Download your music there.
iTunes, I've got a couple songs on iTunes.
On iTunes as well, and one with RuPaul. And catch him whenever he's doing a set. He did Lit a couple of weeks ago, and the boys were going crazy. It was an incredible set.
Yeah, it was really fun. There was a softball league happening.
And it wasn't women?
No, it was not women. But the lesbian manager of Lit, I love her.
Oh, I love that. Yes. And our friend DJ Nana Marisol also spins over there.
Yes.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she helped me set up my equipment.
Yes. Oh my God, that's awesome. Please make sure that you follow Shishi on all social media outlets. Thank you for being on the FayWhat Show. Look into that camera right there, and you've got to say, FayWhat.
So, ready?
FayWhat! I love it! It was perfect! Thank you for being on the FayWhat Show. Have a wonderful, wonderful holiday season and next year. And when you're back for Eagle, come back in bed with us for a couple minutes.
For sure.
Is that cool?
For sure.
We'd love that. All right. We'll be right back. Oh, love you. Thank you. So, did you enjoy the show? I know you did. So make sure to click subscribe so you won't miss any of the events, news, or interviews right here on the FayWhat Show. Ring the bell at the bottom of the screen, right there, so you'll be alerted every time we're live. You can also click on the Happening Out Television Network logo so you can see all of the shows on the most diverse LGBTQ+ media network. Find out just what we're doing to bring the L and the G together right here on the FayWhat Show. Get the week started with me.